Electric Membership Corporation, proudly serving our members since 1938.
Hello, friends. This is Scotty Inman. Stay tuned to WSGI AM 1100 for the best in Southern gospel, bluegrass gospel, and country gospel all day, every day.
I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage.
Hello. How you doing? This is 1100 WSGI. Welcome to it. Welcome to One Street Over. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yes, this is 1100 WSGI. I had the music up a little bit loud, so I'll just say it again. Make sure you know where you are, and you know who's here. I try to quote him just about every morning. We are so blessed because we get to live and work in Robertson County, in the words of our illustrious mayor, County Mayor Billy Vogle. How you doing, Mayor?
I'm doing good this morning. It was a real nice drive in.
Oh, it's beautiful this
morning. Deer coming out of the woods.
Yes.
And, hey, it's a beautiful morning because I'm going to tell you, I enjoy, and a lot of people say I don't like wearing a coat to work and having to take it off during the day, but this weather's nice.
Oh, yeah. See, I like it cool in the morning, and I'm super cold natured, so I have to kind of be in a sweatshirt just about all the time. But I prefer it cool. I prefer the cooler weather. But the 70, maybe touch 80 degrees during the day. But I love this weather we're having right now. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
A lot of people,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of people worried last night. You know, he's talking about getting pretty cool and thought maybe it'd be a big frost, but I didn't see any frost.
No, I didn't either. Mm-mm.
But I had a neighbor that's got 100 tomato plants out already, and he was sure worried.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're good, though, because, I mean, if it doesn't frost on my windshield, you're in pretty good shape, because I live down in that valley.
I didn't think it would. The only thing was if the wind lays sometime, you might see a little frost, but the wind hadn't laid around here in 2 months.
Well, we've been awful dry, though, too, haven't we?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, because my brother was saying, I was talking to him, he farms up in Kentucky, and he said, I've got my corn planted. We've all got our corn planted because we're in a drought, LaVern. But they did get some rain at the end of, they got some of that weekend rain that helped tremendously. At least up in Kentucky, we did.
We're real dry in Robeson County.
Yeah.
I heard the other day, close to 8 inches short just this year.
Oh, wow.
And we was running short last year.
Yeah.
We didn't get over last summer as dry as it was.
Yeah.
All the ponds are going down. I got ones down probably 5-6 foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, I had to pull a cow out of the mud today. He walked out there and sunk down
in it trying to get to the water. Yeah. And that's the thing. The creek is low from what it usually is, because we live right there on Carr Creek and Carr's Creek.
Well,
anyway.
it takes snow to get your water table up during the winter.
Yeah.
And all we had was ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but we didn't get much snow this time.
You know, it's so funny you talk about the snow. They had such an abundance of snow where my husband's from up in the Upper Peninsula. And there's a place called Pierce Gorge that comes through his hometown. And they showed video of that. And it's this incredible river rapids. And, man, it was something else. Yeah. It was something else to see now.
There's been a lot of corn
something
planted.
else. Oh,
and then some people really planted some early beans because beans will take cold weather better than the corn will. Yeah. And they were scared to put the corn out, and maybe it did come a frost later on because I have seen it frost in late April pretty bad.
You know, we had some questions about canola, and when I see the yellow fields, I always think it's wild mustard or something like that.
Well, there's a lot of that's out there too.
Yeah, but
I've been spraying for it's like a wild yellow flower, you know.
Yeah.
It's
well, I always thought it was wild mustard or something like that, but now they've been planting canola, which is a winter crop. And my brother, because Lee Marie was like, "What is this?" And my brother sent me a picture of a coffee cup where they did this push on getting farmers to raise it as a green fuel supply. Do you remember that? I had no idea that even happened.
That started out real big, but I think they found out that corn maybe worked better.
Okay.
And of course, the corn was a lot more plentiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Interesting. Okay.
You know, I was at a meeting 2 weeks ago, Secretary of Agriculture. The farmers is trying to find a bigger market for their corn, and but it's going to take the federal government to get involved and the state, even making jet fuel out of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it's going to take a lot of corn to do it and a lot of grinding.
Yeah.
But you'd probably be surprised, soybeans, stuff like that, how much is in our fuel now.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is really interesting.
You know, I can tell when I fill up, I maybe don't get as good a mileage with it, but then if you get pure gas without it, it's pretty expensive now.
Yeah.
Like people use it for the lawnmowers.
Well, that's the only place you can get it. It's at Dean, isn't it?
In Springfield, I think that's right.
Dean, yeah, Dean Oil. If you want just pure gas, that's where you're going, you know. And for the lawnmowers and things like that, yeah. But that's the real stuff over there.
Now, if I'm in an airplane, I ain't so sure I won't be running off soybeans. But
no.
But hey, one day we will be. Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's fascinating. Having, you've farmed your entire life, but having grown up around it and my family always been in it, just to hear how it's changed since I was a kid. How it's changed since I was a kiddo. And it is fascinating. It really is to see the difference. But we're here to talk about all things Robertson County, and of course, farming's part of it. So we kind of touch. It takes Billy and I a minute to say hello. We come in and we just kind of catch up. That's what we do.
And I've been asking everybody. My hummingbirds hadn't showed up yet.
No, I haven't seen any either.
Yeah, I've heard one or two people say but they have not showed up yet. Now I put my martin houses out, and let me tell you what. In 2 hours, I had martins. Mm-hmm. They were sitting there waiting on me instead of me waiting on them.
We have bamboo around our place, and they seem to love the bamboo. Some birds do.
Will Ed Osmond's trying to call me. You know Will Ed? Surely everybody knows Will Ed.
I'm sure I do, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer him, folks, but that's Will Ed Osmond. Will Ed has been on the weather for a pretty while now, and he's one of the best fellows I've ever met. I met him when he was in the biker business, and I believe Will Ed visits the funeral homes and hospitals more. Bobby Dean's good at it too, Bobby Dean Bagby. And Will Ed's, you see him at all the funerals.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Will Ed.
Well, I'm sure our paths have crossed, but
I know they have.
Let's, again, it just takes us a minute to say good morning and hello. How are you doing? Tell everybody how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty good. I've gained some weight back, and they was going to try me on some different other programs at Sarah Cannon. But then that doctor said, look, if you've gained weight back, I'm happy. So let's just stay where we're at.
Okay.
So, but Thursday I do go in for some tests, cancer tests to see.
Prayers for that.
Yeah, to see how much it's spread, and
or how much God's just taking care of.
Well, we know the bone cancer is what it's doing, but my liver, I got to have enough liver to live on. So it's. Hey, yeah, hey, I can't believe people's prayed for me.
Oh my goodness. Every day. We
And,
pray all the time for you.
And and during it, you get up in the morning, and every day's a blessing. It just really is.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
blessing.
For sure, for sure. But you look like you're feeling pretty good. So we're tickled to have you in here because, I mean, as I'm sitting here looking at this election coming up, we're just a few weeks away from the primary, which will decide who is going to fill your shoes. And then how long will you fill those shoes before they take over? How long?
I'll be going till the 1st of August.
1st of August.
Yeah, I've got I got 3 months, and
Okay.
and if I was a young man, good health,
You do.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna
we're
miss
going to
it.
miss you. I mean, you've been such a joy.
But
and, I'm going to miss.
But then it's
visiting you every
time.
night.
It's time
Yeah.
for new blood. It's time for new blood, and the new commissioners coming in. It could be up to 10 or 12, I think.
Oh my.
And but I knew from my day starting out as commissioner, it takes you 4 years to get the feel of the land, the committees, the budget. I mean, this budget that we got now, it's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
In the schools, like, we're going to see right today, I'm going to tell you, we had like 14 resolutions where each department was moving some money around and getting ready for the end of the year.
Right.
We'll start on the budget in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Now, really, we've already started. People go to the finance office first, and they tell them their wants and everything, and kind of what they want, and then they'll go to the budget committee, and then that's where we sit there and we talk to them about who wants this and what we can do and what we can't do.
Right.
I think it's the nature of people to ask more than what they need because they figure what they'll get what they want then.
Right.
If you ask for more, you get what you want.
Right.
But because of election year, this everybody's scared of getting reelected. Just be truthful about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to see a tight budget, but then still, it's like I'll tell you about solid waste. We're spending $300,000 a month to send the trash outside of Robinson County. Well, our 5-year contract's up with the company, so we put it out for bid and didn't get but 2 bids. And the cheapest bid is 34% higher.
Ooh.
Now we're talking about $300,000 a month and then 34% higher.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
That's significant.
And we've been doing free trash try for everybody except you go over the scale. And I don't know how much longer as this county grows that we probably going to have to do something about some of the free trash.
For sure.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Yeah.
You can't put it on the people that's already here. Mm-hmm. It's just, but nobody wants a landfill. So even Nashville's hauling their trash now to up in Nortonville, Kentucky.
Is it where they've done some
Strip mining.
strip mining? Yeah.
Can you imagine the trucks that's on the road coming out of Nashville today for
I
trash?
cannot.
I can't even imagine how much trash they got.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's the thing. It's a lot, guys. The utilities and stuff. Watching them build that plant next door to us. Wow.
Sewer plant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
let me tell you,
Man, they're putting in a plant now. I'm telling you.
sewer is very expensive, and it takes a lot of water to make it run.
Yep.
It all run.
And it's quite interesting to watch, but they're doing it right. They seem to be doing it. I mean, they will absolutely do it right. They've been a good neighbor to us all this time, and but it's been interesting. They've dug a big old crater right next to us, and we're like, man, because they're putting what they call a pumping station down under the ground.
Got to have a pumping station and stuff. I've been watching debates and everybody's fussing about infrastructure, but the county's we're not in the infrastructure business. We strictly do roads and schools is our main 2 projects, and most of your infrastructure has to come from cities.
Right.
And people say, what about the county growth and all this? Well, if there's no infrastructure out there, you're not going to have any growth.
Right.
And if that makes you happy, I live on 3-inch water line, so I'm tickled to death. But a lot of people say, well, how do you plan growth? Well, if Springfield or Greenbrier goes outside the city limits or White House, then that's where your growth's going to be.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to be. People's going to sell their land, and you just, sometimes we got to be smart about it because the roads can't handle the pressure. That's going to be a big thing in the future across this state is the roads.
Oh, I agree.
It is now. It's a problem now.
You see all these developments coming in, and they don't have any way to get out onto the roadway. Right now, some days when I come out of Greenbrier High School and trying to turn left to go back towards Springfield, I think, actually, I'm going to turn right and go down and turn around because I feel like I'm endangering my life coming out of there because it just traffic's so steady on Highway 41.
Well, going up the hill toward Fifth Avenue, man, I tell you, I've seen them backed up from the top of the hill to the front, bottom, and we're putting a lot more stuff out there.
Yeah.
So roads is a problem. Yeah. Everybody said, well, Springfield needs a bypass, but then if you do that, you're going to hurt the businesses inside of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we've ever since we moved to Nashville, my husband and I, ever since we got to this area, we've been hearing talks of 840 bypass around Nashville. And, they got part way and then just came to a screeching halt. And people will say, well, you can hop on Briley, you can hit OHB in different places and go around, but not like you can on a bypass. I mean, we've driven. I had to drive to Texas so much, when I was working down there with Glenn, and then we go to Michigan all the time, and we go through Chicago all the time. And praise the Lord for bypasses, for there and for whenever I was going down to Texas. It's just stunning that Nashville doesn't have a bypass. You talk about Springfield needing one, Nashville needs a bypass.
Nashville needs one, but the geographic lay of the land around like 76 to White House. Can you imagine trying to put a 4-lane up through there? No. And then, like around Nashville, you get up around Jolton, and it's nothing but hills and hollows.
Yeah. That's
still, Atlanta's got a,
Yeah.
But you see how the Atlanta grew out to the bypass. Mm-hmm. It just made more people move in there, and
Not interesting.
I've always been told, this has been years ago when I was a county commissioner, to put the bypass around Robs County from 880, they'd have to raise fuel tax 15 cents a gallon.
Oh, my.
To pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. There's a lot to this. And so whoever's going to come in and sit in your seat is going to get baptism by fire for sure.
Baptism by fire. But I listened to debates and they talk about how bad everything is. Mm-hmm. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I think we're blessed.
Our bond numbers are good. Mm-hmm. We've got we're blessed with a good bond rating. Can't many counties say what the rating we've got. Mm-hmm. We've been conservative with our money, and we're getting ready to build a couple schools. And I think in 2 years we lose 46% of our debt. If we can build one school now, in 2 years come back with the other one, the payment after we come off that much debt, the payment will be no more than what the debt come off.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's excellent. And
has there been a decision on which one's going first? That's the big question.
It's a big question.
Okay.
To my knowledge, they have not.
Okay.
I wished we had. Land is a problem.
Yeah.
I wished we'd started on one of them last year.
Yeah.
Because I want them spread apart. We don't need them both right at one time.
Sure. We got to,
Well, to do it all both at one time, it'd probably delete our barn power. And that scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have an emergency or something, and then all of a sudden I go to the bank, well, y'all done borrowed out you. Hey, we're looking at to buy the land and build a school, you're probably around $60 million for one school.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Now, there's land already up in the White House area, right? Where they're going to...
Where White House is, the land's already there. We done got the platform for the base of the school's been done, and the sporting stuff is sitting right there.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
And that's a big deal.
That is huge.
It is real huge.
But we're trying to find land here for the middle school.
And, I'm trying to find land for the TCAP school.
Yeah.
We got $39 million handed us, and I have been looking now for, better part of 6 months. Mm-hmm. I lay awake at night. I got to have some access to sewer. Mm. And with Springfield, there's not 15 acres inside Springfield that I can hook to sewer. And around the edge of the city line, I'm having problems trying to get sewer to come across the county line. Just different things, and it's going to take some money to do it. And It's like the state told me they don't want to spend much over $1 million for the land and the rest of it in the building, but I can't find the land for $1 million.
Could you take in an area where the houses are older and put it in an area that is residential, and buy some older houses and
Tear them down?
Yeah.
Well, that's there you go. We're talking about $39 million, and every place we've looked, it's been like $2 or $3 million worth of dirt work, much less tearing houses down and moving them out.
Okay.
And having to buy the property.
Yeah.
I mean, $39 million won't go far.
No, you're right.
No,
I mean, that's just it. When you're talking about doing all that kind of demo and all that, and but I know that.
But this TCAP school is very well much needed. Not every child's planning on going to college.
Well, and this is college. I mean, it is higher education. And
well, you come out, there's a job waiting on you.
TCAP, we're talking robotics and all kinds of trades opportunities.
It's
the things that you can learn at TCAP are phenomenal.
I wished.
Phenomenal. And then you go right into the workforce.
When I came out of school, there was nothing like that to teach you how to weld or anything. Hydraulics, air conditioning, plumbing.
You bet. They taught us to weld, and my dad taught me to weld, but we had welding as part of our Future Farmers curriculum.
All we have is one stick welder, I think, and that was it.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a TCAP school that's laid out, and the factories around here are willing to put some stuff in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they would have help coming right out of high school.
We need some land. Is the bottom line, y'all.
Need some land.
15 acres.
And I need sewer. I need sewer bad.
The sewer, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into communications a little bit.
What else did you get into last night?
At the people's heard of the bluegrass up there at Cross Plains. Mm-hmm. I think that's in 2 weeks. You've had chicken.
Are you talking about the Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival?
Yeah, when is it?
That is third weekend in May.
And
it's like the 16th.
2 days.
I'll tell you real quick.
Yeah, 2 days for $10.
Yeah, you go the 16th. No, 15th is the Friday night. Yeah. And that's the Dan Kelly Fiddle Competition, which is every kind of competition. I mean, anything to do with bluegrass. That's that competition. They'll have a clogging competition. And then the festival, the music festival, then is on the 16th. Yeah. But we'll have on the 15th, we'll have a square dance. And
it's all day.
We just have so much fun.
Yeah.
On the 15th, it's that evening. And then the 16th, it starts around 10 or 11, I forget. And then we'll go all day.
Hey,
it's going to be great.
Of course, it'll be $10 for 2 days, they said.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, May the 11th, we'll have our memorial service for the fallen policemen and deputies and sheriffs in Robeson County. That'll be at noon at the courthouse. If you've never been, it's something to see with the bagpipes and all, and it's pretty cool. One of the first deaths of an officer in Robeson County was a sheriff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, or police chief here at Springfield.
Yeah.
Years ago. Yeah, that's May the 11th. And then on May the 7th is going to be Day of Prayer. Mm-hmm. Of course, we'll be at the courthouse. It'll be at noon. If I remember correctly, we held hands and went all the way around the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Day of Prayer. So that's May the 11th at the courthouse. And then the May 23rd at the courthouse is the pinwheel ceremony at 8:30.
For Casa.
Casa, yeah, the pinwheels on.
Appointed special advocate.
Yeah, on the hill, and Kathy come see me the other day, and I asked them how they was doing, and she said they, of course, everybody needs volunteers, but said they got a good staff and they're staying busy. Mm-hmm. Hey, ain't that's sad? They're staying busy.
Well, that's just it.
But thank goodness we do have something for these kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing program to be a part of. Let me pause and let's go ahead and get a break here. We've got a couple of breaks we got to get in. We're going to start with Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. Since you mentioned Kilgore Station Bluegrass Festival, I feel like that's a really good place to start because they are on the board that brings us the Bluegrass Festival. They are one of the founding sponsors of the festival, and they will be there, and I will be there as well. So we want to see you there as well. And again, that's going to be, as we said, May 15th and 16th. They'll be there with their booth, as they always are, and they'll probably be giving something crazy away, like a big giant rooster like they did at the Discover White House event that was going on over the weekend. But all kinds of fun things. They'll have something fun that they'll give away, and they will sit down and talk to you about everything that's going on in real estate, whether it's buying, selling, whether you want to be a realtor. Maybe you just want a free market analysis. You know, they can do it right there. They'll have their computer with them, and they can give you a free market analysis while you're sitting there. So anything and everything that you need to know about real estate, come and talk to them. If you've got property, it's just not moving. I've got a friend that we're talking about, they're trying to sell some property in Alabama, and it's just kind of sitting there. They need a good realtor like Barry and Rebecca that can take his marketing know-how, get the drone footage, the walkthrough tours, the videography, the photography, and make sure that it's getting seen in the absolute best light possible. And that's how you get property to move whenever you've been sitting on it for a little while. But Barry and Rebecca, they'd love to help you no matter what it is you are needing. Go and check them out. They have unique Facebook pages where we'll talk about all their new listings. Barry's got one right now that he is putting up that's in Oak Grove in Adolphus, Kentucky. So if you're somebody that wants to live, it's on Oak Grove Church Road in Adolphus, Kentucky. And you can go to his Facebook page and to Rebecca's Facebook page to see everything you want to know about that. But some people are living in Kentucky because it's a little more affordable than living right here in Tennessee. But when you're looking at that and you got to look at all the things, how much home can you afford to buy? You got to keep in mind they do have a state income tax across the state line in Kentucky. And also, too, you got to make sure you've got folks that can broker deals in Kentucky. There is a broker that Rebecca and Barry work with up out of the White House office for Exit Prime that can still broker deals in Kentucky because they were grandfathered in, but the laws have changed up there. So there's a lot to this real estate game, and Barry and Rebecca are expert at it. You can connect with them at sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, robertscounty.com, or you can just give them a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, or 7424, and let them know U-Turn sent you. And back to you, Mayor Vogle. We're talking about all things county commissioners meeting happened last night. Where do you want to go?
One more thing I forgot to mention. Have you ever heard the King of Crawl?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's May the 9th now.
Yes.
And that sponsors the Flag Football League here in Springfield.
And other things. They're, trying to get a daycare center built and things like that. They're just, Tiffany Thompson is working closely with them. And, of course, Pierre, he's out there, and just all kinds of wonderful things. But the King of the Crawl, that's a big time.
Well, they bring somebody in from Louisiana that does it crawfish.
Oh, yeah. And what's really cool about this one is it is the final, let me pull it up. It's the final preliminary before this big national competition. And so if you look at the calendar, if you go King of the Crawl, they are going to have in all the big guys. I mean, they're coming in because this is their last chance to qualify for this big, the big final event that names them the best of the best. So this is going to be a big deal, and it's at our fairgrounds. And
it's at the fairgrounds, and I've talked to people that's been, and they said it's excellent.
Yeah, a lot of fun,
I've never sucked the head off a crawdad myself.
Not me. I am not a crawfish person, but you don't have to be because they'll have other things. And so the big things, whether you want to come and enjoy the crawfish, or if you just want to enjoy hanging out with people.
Yeah, I would try it. I mean, it's
for sure.
But I forgot to mention that because that's very important. Last night we had 0 public comments from public.
Okay.
And for everybody to be unhappy, everybody must be happy.
I don't think anybody's unhappy. I think we're
right. That's why I just want to tell everybody that I'm listening to some things they say this about this, but man, we're fortunate. We're very fortunate
blessed
to live in Robertson County. The county's in healthy financial shape.
Yep.
Without raising taxes a bunch, and really you figure on 3% growth a year. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about money wise, and we've been making it on that.
Yep.
Now we've got a lot of wants this year, but we'll see what happens. We had one public hearing for zoning.
Okay.
Everybody talking about the county, how much is growing. This is a lady that went to RP 80, which is big as lot you can buy out in rural, and she was fixing to build her a house, and that's it, just that one. So I'm anxious to see how many houses are built out in the county, because last year, like I said, we didn't give the 180 permits last year.
Oh, wow.
Most of your buildings is in this. If you don't have sewer, you're not going to have growth.
Yeah.
So that's pretty well, the sewer's all in the cities. But here's something that's very important in our reports. The trustees report, if you had not paid your taxes in 24, you got put on the list. They wait 2 years if they put you on the list. And we had over 92% of the people was able to pay their taxes this year. That's pretty good.
That's very good.
That's very good. And I know the taxes are a burden, but then that's how we pay for the services. Now, if you're on that list, they charge interest per month. And I asked the county commission, I was surprised last night. It's 1.5% the first of the month. And what would that be in 1 year?
Do what now?
1.5% times 12, what would that be?
I'm terrible with math. I mean,
It's
like if
18% interest
okay,
a year.
Okay.
And I asked that, and man, they all jumped up 18%.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not a math person. I took like one math class in high school. I
but,
mean, truly, I've never had to use math. And when it comes to, I can tell I can figure the percentages and things like that
Yeah.
on a tip. But when you ask, okay, it's 1%, 1.5% for 12. I mean. Yeah, I mean, I get where you're going with that now. I'm sitting here thinking
You would think at 10 months, of course, it's 15% interest.
Right.
But then you add the other 2 months in, it's there you go at 1.5, 3, so it'd be 18%.
Yeah.
But I was surprised how quick everybody jumped up and said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just too early, but I mean, now that you're sitting here and explain, because it's just like when you asked that, I thought, okay, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking.
Most people keep up percent.
I'm out running in the meadows in my brain. You know?
But hey, I mean, that's what everybody tell everybody. It takes 2 years to get on the list.
Yeah.
And the list it's not as bad as everybody thinks it is. I'm talking about numbered wise. There's not a lot of property, and usually it's bought up anyway, or somebody will come back, somebody in the family. I guarantee you, some of these people on this list don't even know they're even on there. I seen one on a road one day, and I thought, man, I know all them people out there. And what it was a half of a guy's driveway, and he didn't even know it.
Oh, how funny.
So he went and paid it back, keep his driveway, and paid half his driveway, and went and got a lawyer to write up where it was his property.
Interesting. Yeah. That's one thing, because when you have a mortgage, they pay your taxes through your escrow.
Yes.
And you assume that's being done, but you kind of want to follow up and go.
You need to follow up on it.
Make
You
sure
sure
that got
do.
done.
I mean, be sure you got all your driveway. I had a piece of property that had an alleyway from Springfield, and I thought it was mine.
How funny.
But that was done. I just want to be sure everybody knows that come out of the trustees report last night. Of course, animal control. I'm getting a lot of calls, folks. We got a lot of good animals up there, and we're getting some volunteers. But that thing is 7 days a week. It's 7 days a week, and it's a job. I've got cities now calling me, wanting us to do their animal control. And financially, we're just not set up to do it.
No.
We're not set up to do it. It's a job where if you go out and somebody calls about a dog, that dog ain't sitting there waiting on you.
So how does it work then? So you say the cities are wanting. So if I had a dog that I had, okay, we've got a stray out here. I'm in the county, even though I have a Springfield address. So the animal control would come take care of mine.
Come take care of you if we can find it.
But if I'm in the city, then that means that Springfield City needs to come and take care of it. Right?
That's been a big argument for years. A lot of people say, well, the people in the cities are carrying the dogs out and dumping them in the county, and then the people in the county say, no. I mean,
vice versa.
Vice versa. They drive into the city and drop them.
Right.
Anybody drop a dog needs to be whooped anyway.
Needs to have their
they need to be whooped anyway.
Do that? I can't even imagine. But
getting in, there's a report to solid waste, and we're very concerned about that 34% increase. You're going to have to raise fees.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. Either that or add it to the property tax.
How do you think they'll do it? Do you think it'll be across the scale, or do you
It'll
think
be across the scale. Probably we're like one of the cheapest counties now across the scale.
Yeah, I knew we were.
So if we raise our fees to make up the difference, but all of this is based on surplus charge on diesel fuel too.
Yeah.
If fuel keeps going up, then it'll be more than 34%.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's on a
the thing.
5-year contract, and it's got a. If fuel goes down, then it'll go down a little bit.
Sure.
But this morning, I think I filled up and it was $3.75.
Wow. Do you run gas or diesel?
I'm gassing my truck.
Yeah. It's
I'll
crazy.
say 376. I ain't never figured that out. That 9/10.
Yeah.
I never figured that out.
But
And, veteran services.
they'll be in here
Vern,
tomorrow. Yeah.
I've had a lot of people brag on veteran
They're
services.
incredible.
The office up there is
Yeah.
nice, and everybody's bragging on Scott and his staff.
Yep.
And I can tell the flow of the county by how much my phone rings.
Yep.
And I don't get any phone calls about veterans.
Isn't that something? 'Cause
Yeah,
they
it
take such good
tickles
care of
me.
them. Yeah.
EMA, Blake Pierce is doing a great job.
He's doing an excellent
He's
job.
doing a great job. Fire, I noticed during the debate, a lot of the candidates said, hey, we need to give the volunteer fire departments enough money to keep a full-time employee. Last year in the budget, we put $890,000 in for every fire department to hire one employee during the day.
Yep.
We've already done that. That budget's gotten up about $1.3 million now, and that's not counting. We furnish all volunteer fire departments and the ambulance service and the fire departments. We furnish their medical supplies.
Yeah.
We've always done that. And if you're a volunteer, folks, you can get a break on your license plates. If you're a volunteer fireman, you got to answer 65% of the calls, and everybody's looking for volunteers.
Yep.
And we'll furnish the training. Training's free.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll furnish the training. So I just want to say that about the fire committee. It's not like it's on the side. We know it's there. Finance and EMS. EMS, we're getting some calls down to 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're looking at that budget this year. He's asking for 2 new ambulances, and we're going to try to staff another one between maybe Greenbrier and White House because of the call volume in that area. Springfield, we got to keep 2 or 3 in Springfield, just for the nursing homes and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And hey, that's 724 too.
Yeah.
Just like dispatching, it just takes a lot to run the county. We got in our resolutions last night, and like I said, we had 15, but the majority of them was pretty simple. It's just where, maybe the school fund, they was moving some money around, but now we're getting some grants in, and the sheriff, he had his surplus sale where I think he might have sold some guns they'd confiscated or something. And of course, all your money that comes from stuff like that the sheriff does, it's earmarked to go back into the sheriff's department.
Right.
It's earmarked for that. So we don't get to fight that, but I think his budget's, he's calling for maybe 2 or 3 new cars. Like we're just now starting on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's pause for a second.
All right.
I'll go ahead and do my other break, and you kind of see where we are, what we need to continue to go through to make sure we can get all the meeting stuff in. Talking to County Mayor Billy Vogle, they had the County Commissioners meeting last night, and before the next County Commissioners meeting, we will have the county mayor primary. And if you know, there's nobody running on the opposing side. So if you want to have a dog in this race, if you want to be a part of it, you need to get out and participate in this election. The election is on May 5th, so we'll know the results next time you're in. But just encourage you to get out and participate in that, guys, because as Mayor was saying, odds are it's going to be a low turnout. So we really need you to get out.
We need to get out and vote.
Yes,
I'm hearing
for sure.
right now in early voting, all we've had is about 1,100 something votes.
Yeah, and it just started on the 15th on tax day. And we got an extension on taxes, I think, until like June, something like that in Tennessee. Have you heard that?
Some counties I know, well, I guess the whole state, because of
I think it's the whole state.
because of the weather we had.
Yeah,
And
so I thought that was rather interesting, but we'll get into that later. A couple of things recurring to my mind as I was getting ready to do my break. But we want to talk about Valor Mortgage. Valor Mortgage, our latest full-time sponsor. So appreciative of Chris Armentrout and his team coming on to help us out here on One Street Over. And it's a perfect fit because we've worked so long with Barry and Rebecca and with Exit Prime Realty. And one of the things they always say is before you come to us, if you come to Barry and Rebecca and you have not yet seen how much home you can qualify to buy, they're going to send you to find out. And one of the places that they would recommend would be Valor Mortgage. Experienced loan officers, they work right there in the downtown area, just a couple of doors down from the cinema. But now Chris will tell you that the best way to get in touch with them is to call or to get online and see them through the website, because what will happen is they're out busy seeing people, meeting with people, coming to their homes. So definitely give them a call. You might catch them in the office if you stop in, but the best way to get in touch with them is at 615-671-9178, 615-671-9178, or go to valor.mortgage. Get your pre-approval today and see how much home you can buy, whether it be VA loans, FHA loans, if you want a conventional jumbo financing. They've got the tools to get you to the closing table on the biggest decision you're ever going to make. One of the biggest is buying a home. And they want to make home ownership possible for everyone. They're a lender that's not going to treat you like a number. When you go online and you have no idea where you're going to end up, they are going to be right there with you and walk you through it. They're going to be your team. You've got experienced loan officers that work hard to find the right mortgage solution for you, your budget, your goals, whether it be investment, whether it be first-time home ownership, maybe you need a refi, all the things, they can take care of it. Because when it matters most, you deserve a lender you can trust. Buy with confidence. Buy with Valor. Valor Mortgage, NMLS, number 1210804. DBA of Encore Lending Group, NMLS 1249911. Equal housing lender. Subject to credit approval. Rates and terms subject to change without notice. Not a commitment to lend. Valor Mortgage, always let them know you turned Cincha. And back to County Mayor Billy Vogle. One little invite from Lee Marie. Of course, you need to go to the Wellness Square and just see all she has going on with dance classes. But you can still join the sign class that they have. They've got like 20 people coming in and learning to do sign language, American Sign Language. And it's a class that starts at 5 o'clock on Thursdays. And you can still join if you get in there Thursday night. They've been going for a couple of weeks, but they said you can still join. And I think that's something I would love to learn how to do a sign. I really would.
I don't have but 3 meetings left, but I've always wanted at one meeting somebody to do sign while we was having a meeting.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and
I'll mention it to Lee Marie.
Yeah, mention it to her.
Why don't you get somebody who can do sign over at the county commissioners?
I think it'd be pretty cool to look at.
I think so too.
And hey, talk to her about that.
Yeah.
I like to have somebody before I leave office come do sign during the meeting.
Great idea.
Yeah.
She's probably listening, so there you go, Lee Marie.
Yeah.
But I think that's an awesome idea. But continuing on with County Mayor Billy Vogle, what else do you have from the meeting?
We got a resolution that a lot of people don't know about. When a subdivision goes in, developer has to put in fire hydrant. Okay. Now, what they do is they don't put it in. They pay for the hydrant in that development.
Uh-huh.
Well, that money goes to zoning, and it's divided out to where the hydrant is. A water hydrant now is around $7,000 if you can get it put in for that. And we got one here that came in last night. This looked like it's going to go to Pleasant View, not Pleasant View City, but probably in Coopertown somewhere. And they'll take that $7,000 and the water system puts the hydrant in, and we make it happen. 3,500 here is going to Cross Plains, and so you have to have a 6-inch water line to have a fire hydrant, folks. So when them people do developments, most of them's bigger than 6 inch, I can promise you. But that's something we make them put in. That's in our zoning. Yeah, that's in our zoning. We also had last night. We had this here come from the schools at State Education Fund. We got $86,000 in grants, and then he would show his expenses to make it a wash. Like most of this money went towards supplies, Social Security tax, state retirement, Medicaid tax, just and some equipment for the vocational school. So equipment at that school was $148,000.
Oh wow!
it's no telling, but it blows your mind when you see what some of this cost.
Yeah.
This one here, this came from solid waste. The convenience centers, which are free, but that equipment takes a beating. They throw like trash in there, and we have to mash it together. And sometimes it's like we had some repairs at one of them. Just one convenience center was $30,000.
Oh man!
Putting in a new cylinder. I mean, them cylinders are great big jokers. They had to mash the trash, and of course we had to put another $7,000 in for diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Because of the cost of it going up, and maintenance and repair $1,500. Working on things, so but this was a balanced budget because our trash, we have our own account down there, and whatever we make profit, we put in a account for stuff like this right here. Mm-hmm. You know, that way it don't come out of property tax. It does not come out of property tax. I try to let solid waste run as a business, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
From the highway department, they got a state aid money of $427,000. That's part of their fuel tax money. It's state aid. A state aid road is a road that meets two state highways. And usually they'll have lines in them, yellow lines, maybe white on the edge. But that's what a state aid road is, which our bunch paves it. But the state helps pay for it. Mm-hmm. And but I'm going to tell you, $400,000 is not but 4.5 miles. That's all.
Really?
Hey,
that's crazy.
Because the price of diesel fuel used to be $100,000 a mile, we have figured now it's about $112,000 a mile.
Wow.
A mile.
Wow.
So that program didn't even pay but a little over 4 miles.
Wow.
That's 420-something thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's one we always have to do this time of year. This resolution is about the elections. And this primaries look like we're probably going to spend around $40,000 or $50,000, and that's the reason I'm upset about the turnout, folks.
Yeah.
But the state has already given us $26,000 of it back to help put on this primary, and we got 2 more after this one.
Yeah.
2 more.
Because we'll have the general for the county and stuff, and then at that time that'll be the primary for the gubernatorial election.
Right.
And so you figure, so that'll be the August election. You've got the primary on May 5th, and you've got the August election will be the general for the county seats, but it'll also be the primary for the state offices. And then in November, then we'll have the primary for that. So, yeah.
It's to break down the election, this $26,000 will be spent right now on election workers. That's $6,000. At all the precincts we have, about $3,600 in legal notices. Just postal's $1,000. Printing things is $4,000, and then of course contract services on some of our voting machines, $7,000.
Wow.
So it adds up. We had to build a room to keep the voting machines that were secure, and it had to be in a different air, no humidity.
Yeah. A lot of particulars about
that room was $400,000 to keep the machines in.
Yeah.
It's secured. I ain't even got a key to get in it.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's very secure.
That's hysterical. You don't even have a key.
They don't trust me.
Here's
a resolution coming from the trustee's office. We had to have another $6,700 in postage this year. So that does tell you the county's growing some, or we're getting a lot of smaller tracts because it was another postage. Postage is not cheap anymore.
No, it's not.
It's not. I had a friend that used to be, and I told him, I said, it seemed like every week the stamp goes up. There's a resolution. It came from my office, but that's because the tech, old Chad, he's under me, so he's in my budget. But we had to spend $19,000 on maintenance equipment for computers. But what this balanced budget from the general fund is because of the American Disabilities Act.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. People that's got disabilities been able to use the website. And it's just being ADA compliant.
Yeah.
And once you start that, the state sees that every year you're trying to do something to help ADA. You know, they want you always moving forward.
Right.
And with new technology, you got to move forward. Mm-hmm. All right, here's about the sale of equipment from the sheriff's office. I was told it was guns or something, but $15,000, which that money goes toward the Sheriff's Association. It's earmarked just for sheriff stuff. This one here is going to blow your mind. We had an insurance recovery, thank goodness. During the storm, one of our cooling towers at one of the schools. Oh,
yes. Up at,
they went down.
Heritage.
They went down. And that cooling tower is $786,000.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. We got a check from the insurance company for $786,000. And, of course, we had to spend another 17 repairs on some of the maintenance at one of the buildings. But that cooling tower is $786,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa. Glad we had insurance.
Yes. But, you know, it's, hey, I don't know what we'd done with that insurance about the courthouse when we put the roof on that time. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was over $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
That one roof. This one here is a state grant that came into our EMS and Homeland Security grant to help us with our radio system across the county. This is a state grant for $19,000 from the state of Tennessee, and we used it all for software for our countywide emergency system. Yeah. This resolution I got here is for county buildings. We're in the old hospital up there, of course. Mm-hmm. And one of the sewer pipes, which is probably, that hospital was built in 59, I think, or started being used in 1959. So you can add that up. Well, it's over 60 years old, that's for sure. One of the sewer pipes, it's 4-inch pipe inside them buildings, it busted. And it comes out of the jail, and the raw sewage was seeping into the ground. So we had to put it out for bid, but $30,000 to repair that pipe. Mm. And they got to go through the ceiling to get to it from the building, to get to it. Eventually, we'll have that problem quite a bit up there, but what we did to the first 3 floors has all been rechanged. This here pipe was coming out of the top of the building to the 4th floor, which eventually the jail, I think the jail's about 4 floors now on that side of the building. Okay, we got another one from the schools here, a resolution for surplus property, and all that is old tech stuff and stuff that's wore out. You know, it's these kids getting to keep their laptops. That's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's why I tell them when you get them your freshman year, take care of them. You're going to take that with you when you leave here.
Off the top of my head, I don't know what we save in books when a lot of stuff's on laptop.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier. I remember as a kid having an armful of books going on every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Here's from the sheriff's department. He's got some surplus property that'd be auctioned off. And what is it? It's 3 vehicles. 3 vehicles, a 2005, a 2008, and a 2005 model. That's 20-something years old, folks. These vehicles that they probably just using, probably spares, but the limits done went out on them. It's like school buses. I heard somebody at the debate talking about school buses and how some of them was wore out and stuff. The state makes you change. They come inspect these buses.
Yeah.
And you don't see no buses out there for a lot of years on them. You have to keep that stuff updated.
Well, what a silly question. You need drivers. You got plenty of buses. You need people to drive the things.
And we're furnishing insurance now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing all we can. And I know a buddy of mine that went driving, and he really likes it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I drove when my kids were in high school. My husband is teaching full-time and driving 2 routes because he knew how shorthanded they were. And he works a long day, but he enjoys it. And he'll get the summer off and, get his breath and all that. And, you make some extra money.
Hey, make some extra money.
And he enjoys it. So,
we had a resolution come last night from the Economic Development Board. We are really expanding what we're doing in the county as far as economic development. You pay the tourism that comes in Robbs County, we charge a 3 cents on the motel room bills, and it goes to this Economic Development Board. We try to let the people that's come in the counties pay for it. And how I explain that is 30% of it goes back to the cities that motels in, and then 20% of it goes to strictly for tourism. They keep it, and you'd be surprised the money is spent in this county off tourism now.
Oh, it's a lot.
And it's quite a bit. And that's for your vendors, we're talking helping motel rooms, stores, they buy gas here, and sales tax is what runs the state of Tennessee. That's what runs it. So what we're doing, we've lost industrial board leader. So we're in the process of hiring a new one. This position is called the Chief Economic Development Officer, and these people are hard to find.
Yeah.
We interviewed 3 people, and it just seemed like one of them was trying to catch up with moving into this position. One of them was probably way overqualified, and it's based on salary too. And we're trying to get the salary where we're competitive.
Okay.
I mean, when you're fighting other cities and counties about an industrial park, you got to have somebody who knows how to get the in and out.
So you said did we lose Sarah? Did she leave?
No, not Sarah. Sarah's acting right now. Jordan and Sarah. We lost Vonda, but
Okay.
But
we still got Sarah.
Still got Sarah.
She's awesome.
And yes, she is.
I love her. I love Sarah.
She's a big help of me.
So when you said that, I was like, "What? No, don't tell me we lost
Let
Sarah."
me tell you, Jordan stepping in.
Okay.
Sarah works long hours up there.
Yes.
And she's helped me so much for my mayor's meeting. We just had a mayor's
she's
meeting
awesome.
last week. We had mayors, and we talked about health care and in Robeson County.
Okay.
And folks, I'm going to tell you, the Robeson County Health Department is the best kept secret in town.
Yeah.
It is. It's best kept secret. But we're trying to get them, and this is not going to come out of property tax either. This salary will come out of the Economic Development Board's money.
Right.
It's not coming out. And I think we finally got down to the last resolution. This here is another state aid program to the Highway Department, $55,000, and it's to help pay for the fuel price increase that's been coming from the state with the fuel tax money.
Okay.
Yeah, Highway Department don't get any prop tax. It's all fuel tax.
Right.
And that's all we had for last night.
Well, there you go. We got through it, y'all.
Yeah.
Even with he and I just sitting here visiting for a while, we still got through it.
Well, I had to rush through some of these resolutions because they're easy ones. Now, if it'd been some that I had to explain, usually by the time it gets through the Budget Committee and Finance Committee, the county commission's okay with these resolutions. Now, when we get into zoning, that brings on more talk.
Yeah.
It brings on a lot more talk.
Right.
But we're starting on this budget, and it's going to be, I thought it would be an easy budget because of the election year, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be an easy budget. And knowing we're fixing to have to build a school or two right quick.
Right. That's going to be the big thing.
We're ready for one right now. I wish they'd started it 6 months ago.
Right.
We're ready.
Right.
We've already talked to the bond people. They just need to decide where they're going to put it.
Right.
I ain't putting pressure on them or throwing nobody on the bus. That's what we're waiting on.
So is that the school board that's going to decide for sure?
They'll decide where it goes. Yeah.
Okay.
The county furnishes money, but we don't really get to tell them how to spend it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
one of the candidates they kept talking about we hand them $40 million. $40 million. Well, that's not property tax money. Mm-hmm. That's strictly sales tax money. That's the county's part of the sales tax.
Right.
And we give it to the school system because they run off sales tax. 80% of your property tax, though, that you pay, whether you live in the city or the county, goes towards school construction.
Okay.
And the rest of the other 20% runs the general fund.
Okay. Well, and that's going to be the big determining thing is just where do they decide to put the school, whether it be working on the middle school or working on the school over in White House, which is an elementary, right? Yeah. Is the school in White House an elementary school that they're looking at?
No, it's going to be a middle school.
It's a middle school. So these are both middle schools.
Right.
That we're looking at. Okay.
Yeah. And after them two schools, we ought to be in great shape.
Yeah, I
great
think so
shape.
too. But we got to find some land.
Got to find some land.
Springfield area.
Everybody's done gone. You know, you can't find nothing in Edge Springfield to put a TCAP school.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked people up to $120,000 an acre.
That's crazy. That's
An acre.
incredible. That's incredible.
And yeah.
That's mind blowing. I know my land's not worth that much. It's on the edge of the city, but it's a whole lot of hill.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hey, I just want to say, when this new mayor comes in, I'm planning on coming, sitting with me when we're on the radio. I will carry them to Nashville with me to the GNRC meetings for them to learn and build relationships.
Yeah.
Whether it's at state capitol or wherever, you got to build relationships.
Yes.
And I don't want them to just walk in and try to pull it out of the fence row.
Yeah.
I want them to have relationships built up.
Well, I'd appreciate
And,
that. You bring them in and introduce them and say, okay, this is the day after your county commissioner meeting. We need to hear from you.
Yeah, who knows? One day I might be a consultant for county mayors.
There you go.
Because it seems like I've been through several fires.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Especially
you.
COVID. Man, COVID was rough.
That was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, but and somebody said at the debate, they rubbed me wrong. We need to have it where everybody can talk to each other and all that.
Yeah.
We was doing that conference calls
the truth?
with the hospitals,
Yes.
with the
Yes.
Electrolux.
Right. Yes.
All the cities was on there, the sheriff's department.
I
And
remember.
we finally had to go to the mask when the hospital told me, said all 3 floors is full and they're even out in the hall. Said we got to do something even if it's wrong.
Yeah.
But the factories, they was all for it anyway.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to protect their workers.
Well, and again, y'all.
We got over it.
Yes, we did. And
We
we're
got
here.
over it. Yeah.
But we're out of time, and tomorrow will be Ron Martin's coming. See, the first was on a Wednesday, and so that kind of pushed the meetings back. Normally, Ron would have been in here last week, right after the school board meeting. But as the way the dates fell, he'll be in tomorrow. That's also VSO Day, Veteran Service Office Day. So they're going to come in from 7 to 7:30. Abigail's coming in. And then Ron will be in here at 7:30 to give us an update on the mayor and alderman meeting from Springfield. So that's the plan tomorrow. I hope you'll join us. Good to see you.
Hey,
to see you,
go
brother.
work for Roberts County today.
That's right. We are
I'm fixing to
blessed.
leave right now and go to a 911 meeting.
There you go. I got to head to school. So let's get going and let's get to work. And we appreciate y'all being a part of it. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you guys for joining us.
See you, Barbara.
This is 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a great day.
You'd be surprised, people.